Our new nature documentary. The Exploding Gerbils of Madison County. Now, before any of you write letters to the ETA or the ASPCA or any of those acronyms, I want you to know that thanks to the wonders of computer graphics, no gerbils were actually exploded to make it into this documentary. Except for one named Harold, whose agent was particularly annoying, so we blew Harold up really, really good. And they tell me if that movie didn't arrive, they're going to show this thing called The Last Unicorn. And because we're running late for time, we're going to rearrange the order here. Normally there's a thing before we do these things. We're going to run right to the chase, then come back and loop around. So let's introduce a certain guy right now, Peter S. Beagle. Peter, this is your microphone. It's not right. It's not on. Okay. Come on. Start. Take this one, Molly.
That's all right. He talks too much anyway. I can't tell you how happy I am to be back in Santa Cruz. I came here first in 1961 on an afternoon's picnic with a few friends. I had no idea that I'd be, I remember walking along the railroad tracks, which I think were functional then. I remember that. I had no idea that I'd be back a couple of years later with a new young family and directions to a place called Bonnie. I lived at 2550 Smith Grade, off Empire Grade, and it was undoubtedly a shack. I loved it. Oh, no, I love it after the fact. I'm the only person who's probably nostalgic about it. But we had 9 acres of wild redwood land, and a stream that ran behind the house, and went through an undoubtedly primitive filter, to put it mildly, and was the best walk I've ever had. And I was the only beard I saw for miles. And the house came with a dog who belonged to the landlord's brother, who was never there, and the dog's best friend, who was a pigeon. It was very long ago, very much in another world, very much another America, so it is. But even walking down the mall, which has changed so much since the last time I was here, even that brings back astonishing memories. Turn a corner and remember a face. Look up at the building that isn't there anymore, and remember meeting people there, listening to music there. But right now, there's anything. What are we doing today?
Because they didn't have any mic, they couldn't interrupt you. They're replacing the battery of the mic. We have a surprise for him. So I want you to put your hands together for your mayor, Lynn Robinson.
Peter, you just have to indulge us for just a moment. Just a moment. And actually first, something I would love to do, I want to see if I can do this. This is one of the treats I get to do as mayor, is see everyone that just is having a wonderful experience in Santa Cruz. And I have a feeling you're about to have that right here in this incredible theater. So, Peter, I don't know if you would indulge me, but I would love, if you wouldn't mind turning around and being with the crowd. I want to take a picture with you with all your fans right now. Oh, it's going to work. you, it's such an honor to be the mayor. I pinch myself every day. But I realize every day I'm having an experience, and I need to record it every day because you're the experience. And we have something kind of special right now. I know it's a treat. And I have enough light to read this. I'm going to read a mayor's proclamation, and indulge me. Because does anyone here in the room know something called the last unicorn? I've had the pleasure of watching you there was a big long line. You were so patient. It's this gorgeous day, and here you all are. I've seen some great outfits. I've seen some sparkly shoes. I know some folks are having their first experience at this incredible theater, which is one of those just beautiful, beautiful places, as Peter talks about. Santa Cruz has changed so much, and in some ways it's stayed the same. But if anything, I know it's the heart and soul of Santa Cruz that does keep us connected. So listen to this proclamation. It's pretty special, and it's for someone pretty remarkable. City of Santa Cruz Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas Peter S. Beagle, a former Santa Cruz resident, has made an extraordinary contribution to American arts as a novelist, short story writer, essayist, poet, lyricist, and in particular, for the gift of his most timeless fantasy creation, The Last Unicorn. And whereas, as a novel, The Last Unicorn has sold more than 6 million copies worldwide in 25 languages, as a graphic novel, it has won both acclaim and positioned on multiple bestseller lists. And as an animated movie, it has earned the love of tens of millions of fans and played a critical role in the historical merger of Japanese and American visual design aesthetics in film. And whereas Peter S. Beagle wrote much of the story for The Last Unicorn while residing in Santa Cruz. And whereas few works in any field are truly iconic, and even fewer creators have earned that status. And whereas Peter S. Beagle's creativity has inspired 3 generations of artists, writers, and performers, and will go on doing so as long as people read stories, sing songs, and put pen to paper to express the power of the human imagination. And whereas we honor Peter S. Beagle for the gifts and joy that he has brought to so many hearts, wish him the best of luck in all his endeavors, and thank him for making the world brighter through his works and words. Now, therefore, I, Lynn Robinson, the mayor of the city of Santa Cruz, do hereby proclaim Sunday, April 6, 2014, as Peter S. Beagle Day in the city of Santa Cruz. People locally and globally. Peter, we just are grateful and we thank you.
It figures Santa Cruz would improve the breed. Congratulations, Peter.
I accept them on your behalf.
Normally, we do this differently. They have 2 mics. So we're going to launch the Q&A, and if the Q&A is done, we're going to describe some things for sale, and then we do the raffle. But because there are not 2 mics at the moment, they're getting enough battery, I'm going to run around and pick the people who ask questions and shout so he can hear your questions. It's a big theater, and he will answer.
Hey, let's start on this side.
I like this part of these cameras.
Need to hear it.
What are your thoughts on the remake of The Last Unicorn?
You mean a live action remake?
Yes.
I have great hopes for that occurring starting early next year in February 2015, I still remember. Good. Next February, the rights revert to us, which is a collective noun. But the point is that it will be possible. There are any number of actors, directors, studios, musicians, and so on, who have been increasingly asking questions about exactly this. When can we make a deal? So yeah, I do think it will happen. And I have a sworn word of Christopher Lee that even if he may have passed on by the time this takes place, I am not to worry about it because he has risen from the dead several times. He's got it down.